Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to review this anime-style gacha game, Dragon Ball Z Eternal Battle, covering its gameplay, systems, strengths, weaknesses, and whether it's actually worth downloading. Before we dive in, just a quick note. I'm playing this game through the X7 Game app, a mobile gaming platform that describes itself as offering abundant benefits for players. If you're looking for a place to find and download Dragon Ball Z Eternal Battle, I noticed it's currently featured quite prominently on X7 Games rankings with a fairly active player base, so it's worth checking out there. Now, let's get back to the review. From the very first few minutes, my impression was that Dragon Ball Z Eternal Battle isn't the kind of action game where you manually chain combos and dodge attacks in real time like some other DBZ titles on the market. Instead, it's much more of an idle turn-based RPG, meaning the core experience revolves around building your team, upgrading characters, collecting resources, and optimizing your builds, rather than relying on mechanical skill. Like, if you enjoy planning team compositions, min-maxing stats, farming resources, and steadily pushing your progression, this style of gameplay should suit you well. On the other hand, if you're expecting fast-paced, skill-based combat similar to Dragon Ball FighterZ, you may be a bit disappointed, because Eternal Battle focuses much more on system depth than player reflexes. As for the gameplay loop, I think the game does a solid job of bringing together the familiar elements of the gacha RPG genre while keeping everything clean and easy to understand. There's a quick battle feature for fast farming, character progression systems to increase your team's overall power, and a character shard system that lets you craft heroes or upgrade them into higher rarities like SSR. You'll also find familiar game modes such as Trial Tower to test your team's limits, training for farming experience, and Arena, where you compete against other players. From several longer gameplay videos I watched before making this review, the game also includes a story mode that follows the Dragon Ball narrative, PvP modes such as Arena and Versus, rotating events to keep players engaged, the classic 10-pull summoning system, an in-game shop for exchanging resources, VIP perks for long-term players, and an equipment synthesis system that allows you to further optimize your character's gear. Overall, if you've played other gacha RPGs before, you'll feel right at home with this structure. Visually, this is one of the areas I was quite satisfied with. The anime art style is faithfully preserved, the colors are vibrant, and the skill and ultimate animations look flashy and exciting, perfectly capturing the spirit of a Dragon Ball game. Another thing I appreciated is how quickly the game gets you into the action. It doesn't overwhelm you with lengthy tutorials, excessive cutscenes, or endless loading screens. You can jump into combat almost immediately and get a feel for the gameplay right away. That's definitely a plus for players who prefer a quick pick-up-and-play experience. Another aspect worth mentioning is the rewards for new players. Right from the beginning, the game gives you a generous amount of resources and rewards to help you build your first team, making the early hours feel much less restrictive. This is also something I've seen mentioned frequently within the community, because in any gacha game, a generous early game reward system goes a long way toward keeping new players engaged. However, I also want to be honest and objective about some of the areas where the game still feels unfinished. During my time with it, I occasionally came across parts of the interface and text that hadn't been fully localized into English, with some sections still displaying another language. On top of that, a few visual assets and effects aren't always perfectly polished, and the tutorial for new players moves at a fairly quick pace. So, if you're completely new to this genre, you may find yourself figuring out some mechanics on your own. Personally, I think these are fairly normal issues for a game that's still being actively developed and updated, but they're worth mentioning so you know what to expect before jumping in. When it comes to rewards and promotions, you'll probably see plenty of attractive claims within the community, such as free VIP, thousands of free summons, or daily coupon rewards. Those offers certainly sound appealing, but I'd recommend keeping your expectations realistic because promotions like these usually change depending on the current event or campaign. They're rarely permanent. The best approach is simply to try the game yourself and see what's available at the time you start playing, rather than expecting any specific reward to always be there. As for gift codes, the easiest thing to do is simply open the X7 game app and check the promotions or redeem code section directly inside the app, since that's where new rewards are updated the fastest. If you don't see any active codes on a particular day, it's most likely because the previous batch has already expired or reached its redemption limit. It's worth making a habit of checking the app regularly so you don't miss newly released rewards. Now, the big question is whether Dragon Ball Z Eternal Battle is actually worth your time. Based on my own experience, if you're a Dragon Ball fan who also enjoys idle turn-based RPGs, likes building teams, optimizing characters, and gradually growing stronger by farming resources over time, then I'd say it's definitely worth giving a try. The game doesn't require you to stay glued to your screen all day, making it a good fit for busy players who still want something they can progress in every day during their free time. On the other hand, if you're looking for fast-paced combat that emphasizes reflexes and direct player skill, then Eternal Battle probably won't match what you're looking for, and you'd likely be happier with one of the more action-oriented Dragon Ball games instead. Overall, I think Dragon Ball Z Eternal Battle is a well-produced gacha RPG with strong visuals and a solid progression system that offers enough depth to keep players aged over the long term, even though it still has room for improvement in terms of localization and overall polish. If you're interested, the best way to judge it is simply to play it yourself, because personal impressions can often be very different from someone else's review. If this video helped you decide whether Dragon Ball Z Eternal Battle is worth trying, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support is a huge motivation for me to keep making high-quality game reviews like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you again in the next video, where I'll continue bringing you honest impressions of the latest mobile games. Take care, and see you next time.